everyone, today we're going to talk about Hill 218, or the Battle for Hill 218, which is a new app based on the card game. Let's take a look and see how it transfers to iOS. The game features multiple AI settings, which challenge me. I am new to the game, so this may not be the same if you're an experienced player, but overall it seems like the AI is a great challenge and a way to learn and practice the game. In this game, players take turns putting cards on the board that represent different units. At the start of each game, you'll need to place a unit at your base. Each unit card has different information, like the directions it can attack, the directions it can support other units in attacks, and the directions which it needs to be supplied in a supply line. Players also have two airstrike cards at their disposal. Airstrike cards allow them to destroy one unit, no matter where it is on the board. You will play two cards on your turn, depending on the situation, and your goal is to get a card on the front of your opponent's base, which is that middle card with their color. Each card in the game features a unit from World War II, and there is a very limited number of units, meaning that the game is less about luck, about what you get, and more about how you use the cards that you have. The game has a very great back and forth feeling, and it definitely takes more skill than it does just overwhelming force or card play. Because the game has no luck, for new players it may seem a little daunting, as an experienced player or an experienced AI will quickly best an unexperienced player. However, as you play, you will learn different strategies and you will begin to master the game, just like in a game of chess. The game ends when one player reaches the other player's base, or if all the cards in the deck are gone, then players count up how many territories they control, and the player with the most territories or cards on the board is the winner. Battle for Hill 218 features several multiplayer systems, including local play over Wi-Fi, as well as online play against human opponents via Game Center. They also feature voice chat in their online play, which is very interesting. At the time of this review, there were not a lot of players online, but now that the game is live, there are more opportunities to play with others online. The game features stats to track how you've done against the different opponents in the game, as well as leaderboards to compare online with your friends or other opponents. Also, the game has a tutorial which will walk you through the basics of the game, as well as a full rulebook if you want to read deeper and are confused about some things in the tutorial. Battle for Hill 218 is a game that I've always wanted to try, but have never really had the opportunity. It is an interesting back-and-forth two-player game, and the balance in the cards allow it to be very strategic and very skill-based rather than luck in what you get. Of course, it still has random card draws, but because the number of cards are so limited, you generally have something that you can use to counter what your opponent is doing. From an app perspective, the game seems to do well overall. There are lots of tools to help you understand the game. The tutorial works well, and the rulebook is also helpful to read, and it's more than just a scan of the actual rulebook. Playing cards, there are clear indicators about where you can play, and generally it will show you the effects of those cards when you play them. One complaint I do have with the game is that sometimes it will not show you what happened on an opponent's turn very clearly. Suddenly a card will disappear because of an airstrike, but you did not know that that's what happened. It would be great to see minor animations just showing what cards affected what and what cards were destroyed, just to improve clarity for new players. Battle for Hill 218 features some great online multiplayer. However, it would be great to have async, as this game is very turn-based and would do well in that environment, I believe. Also, the addition of voice chat is pretty cool, and it looks like a great addition, something we hope to see in other iOS board games in the future. Overall, the app sticks to the card nature of the game, and everything is clear to read and the UI works well. This is definitely not a game for everyone, as it's very strategic and you need a high level of learning to really be successful, but it is an interesting game and one that's definitely done well on iOS.